What is up, guys? Fatal Storm here, and today I just wanted to bring you a little bit of shoot house hardcore domination, while I talk about my work experiences so far at Advanced Auto. Um, just it's one of those games where it was recorded at like 2 a.m. in the morning, feeling a little groggy, had some G Fuel in me. I felt good on some kills. Obviously, need to work on that aim. So, just want to give a little backstory. I love cars. Cars seem to be such an amazing invention to this world. I love working on cars. I love seeing cars. I love overall just being around cars. Muscle cars, classic cars, hyper cars, sports cars, whatever, any type of cars. I have an old car myself. It's a 1977 MGB Roadster. I've had her about 5-6 years now, and I slowly started restoring her with my father. She's my daily driver now, and I feel really good about, driving her. So, clips are a bit short, so I'm gonna get straight into it. I started working at Advanced Auto earlier this month of April. I want to say the 7th, after working at a car wash for 4 years. Had nothing against the car wash job. It was a good first job. Great high school job. If you ever want to make some extra side money, not only do they pay you hourly, but you'll make bank and tips if you do a good job. And I was all about working hard in order to earn my money. My dad was the one that pushed me to, get out there, get some money in my wallet so I can spend on who knows what. But one day, I finally decided to move on and go to a job where I can learn more about cars. I already had a basic knowledge of cars. I've taken out the engine in my car. I've done a Weber conversion kit on my car, installed new headers, an exhaust system, taken out the clutch. I've worked on cars, changing spark plugs, changed the tire, oil, daily maintenance, But I wanted to go to a job where I can learn a bit more and maybe help people out since I restored my car. When I first walked into the store and asked about an application, they were excited to have me. Once I went in for my interview, I was hired on the spot. The manager recognized my car. He knew I'd been coming there 5-6 years, and he just wanted to give me a chance, I guess. After I put in my 2 weeks and started working, they put me on the register after 3 days of working there, and they said that I've been improving greatly. I've been working with great people, and I have plenty of stories, so here are a select few. So the way our job works is that when the phone rings, whoever answers it first, you have to go, "Thank you for calling Advanced Auto Parts, and batteries." You gotta add the batteries at the end. "This is so-and-so, how may I help you?" A customer calls me about needing parts for his 1983 Corvette. Now, to non-car people, they would ask, "What's wrong with that?" He just needs parts for his 1983 Corvette. But if you did a bit of research, you will learn that they technically did not make a 1983 Corvette. To explain further, there's currently only one Chevy Corvette that was made in 1983. Pilot car RBV098 is one of 43 prototype, air quotes around prototype, models that General Motors created. The intention was that once the prototypes were approved, they could start production in 1983. However, late into the development process, changes were made because of emission regulations, and it changed from the T-top to a target top. Because of these changes, General Motors decided to push back the 1983 model to 1984. There were 43, technically, as I stated previously, but 42 of those Corvettes were destroyed, and the RBV098 prototype was placed in the Corvette Museum. Seeing that the Corvette Museum is not in my state, I knew it was a prank call. My other coworker overheard the conversation and went outside to yell at the coworker, who was placing the call. While hearing the yelling, I jokingly asked, "Sir, is everything okay what is with the yelling? Do I need to call the authorities?" I got a good laugh out of that. This same coworker also called about getting a radiator for a 1971 Porsche 911. If you don't know, Porsche didn't switch over to a radiator until, I want to say, early 2000s. I could be wrong, forgive me, but ever since then they were air cooled. So as you can see from the title, this did happen, and I'm going to explain the story. My most recent story actually happened just the other day. I want to say it was actually Sunday, the 25th of April, so yesterday. I didn't even clock in an hour ago when this lady walks in asking about oil. You know, we have oil, we have all types of oil, full synthetic, like regular motor oil, you know, cheap stuff, expensive stuff, all types of oil from different brands. She told me that she went to a shop and the shop gave her 10W30 full synthetic oil, but once when I learned the year, make, and model of the car, I learned that actually they put the wrong oil in the car. The car needed 5W20 instead. However, when telling her, she's like, oh, I know that, but they told me that 10W30 was going to help the engine. So for people that don't understand, if you don't have the recommended oil in your car, it could damage longevity. It could damage the engine. Like, it won't give it the proper lubrication that it needs, and then one day it's going to seize up. So after explaining to her that using the recommended oil will help the engine perform at its peak level and wouldn't reduce the engine life, she reluctantly bought 4 quarts of the cheapest oil. And here's the funny part. When asking why she wanted so much oil, she goes, oh yeah, I have a slight oil leak. Lost quite a bit, you know, when I was driving. I was like, oh, like, I asked her, I was like, do you have like a loose oil plug, or did like the gasket seal go bad or something like that, rear main seal, and some cars go out? She goes, no, I took the oil cap off and drove with it. I wish I was making it up. My coworker was literally eating a burger, and he stopped eating his burger. Like, you can literally hear him stop chewing on his burger because he overheard that conversation. To make it even worse, she asked me if I wanted to see the engine, and reluctantly I agreed. I was like, yeah, let me see what's going on. Like, and let me tell you, when she popped the hood, like everything was covered in oil. The intake manifold was covered in oil. The air filter box was covered in oil. The coils covered in oil. Everything was covered in oil. The fuse box was covered in oil. And she's asking me what I should do, or what she should do to like clean it up. She's like, should I like spray it with water and like, or buy something here? And normally like I would obviously push like sell like cleaning supplies if she was working on a project like this, but the fact that all of the oil was just in the places where you can't get it wet, like you can't spray like water onto the battery, onto the fuse box and all that stuff. I just told her that she needed to get like paper towels or something, and you know, like, and just dap it all up. And what shocked me the most was like, she just said it without second thought. She was like, yeah, I drove with the oil cap off. It's back on now, and it tells me what oil I need. And I was like, I just looked at her, and I went back inside, like after, you know, she got her oil and everything and gave it to her. And I looked at my manager. She's like, dude, she drove with the oil cap off. And he's like, well, yeah, that doesn't surprise me. People are just odd when they come in here. There was also the time a guy busted open his transmission on the entrance into the parking lot because of the angle of the entrance of the parking lot. Transmission fluid everywhere, had to clean up, kitty litter. I have more stories. I hope these stories have brought a bit of entertainment. I know it was cut short a bit. Maybe you cracked a smile, I don't know. I have plenty of stories, it seems, and I hope I could share more if you guys want to hear it. If so, smash that like button and hit the follow. I greatly appreciate it. So far, it seems like you guys enjoy my videos. I love doing what I do. I hope my aim gets better at Modern Warfare, and I hope my game sense goes up. Like I said, I only got this game like 2 weeks ago, so I feel great on it, and thank you guys for tuning in. It really means a lot. See you around.